How powerful is Texas really? It's not the biggest and it doesn't have the most people, but ask anyone which state is among the most powerful and Texas will be mentioned. But why? You can call it Texan pride, but it's much more than that. Across all major categories, Texas is among the top 4 states and it's climbing the ranks. So just how powerful is Texas really? I don't think the answer will shock you, but let's take a look at all of the categories where Texas is a dominant force. Texas history of power. There are so many moments in Texas history that help shape it into the cultural, economic, and political powerhouse that it is today. There have been a couple of states that have declared themselves a republic, but only one that has been recognized, and that was Texas. The Republic of Texas lasted for almost 10 years, much longer than any other republic, and only ended when the state was annexed in 1845. That lasted for around 16 years until Texas would secede from the Union during the Civil War. It would take 5 years after the war's conclusion for the state to be readmitted. But this also instilled a lot of pride in Texans. You'll even see stickers on the backs of cars today that say secede on them. Other events like the Battle of the Alamo and San Jacinto that took place around 9 years before Texas annexation also helped to curate the Texan pride that we see today. And thus Texas remained as the largest state up until 1959 when Alaska was annexed, but the sentiment that everything is bigger in Texas never went away. Population. When we talk about Texas, we have to talk about its population. As of 2022, over 30 million people live in the Lone Star State, making it the second most populous state behind only California. That's not all. Texas also had the largest population increase in the last 10 years out of every state, increasing by almost 4 million people. It's hard to deny that the state that occupies almost 10% of the United States population is among the most powerful. Energy dominance. Texas is a real energy powerhouse. It leads the nation in creating and using energy, providing about a quarter of all of the energy used in the country. When it comes to oil, Texas is a big player, producing more of it than any other state. In fact, almost half the oil produced in the entire country comes from Texas. And if that's not enough, Texas has an extensive network of pipes, around 17,000 miles, to move natural gas all across the state. They're also really good at producing coal. Only one other state in the US produces more, and Texas ranks 7th in the world for coal production. Here's a surprising fact. Texas generates more electricity than any other state, making nearly twice as much as the state in second place. Agricultural production. When it comes to farming and ranching, Texas is at the forefront. It covers the most land for these purposes across the entire country with a staggering 77% of its total land. That's more than 130 million acres being used for agriculture. With so much land devoted to agriculture, Texas ranks 3rd in the US in production with key exports of cotton, cattle, hay, and corn. Political influence. There are a couple of states that almost always come up in the news when it comes to American politics. You've got California, New York, Florida, and you guessed it, Texas. This should be no surprise though, as these are the 4 largest states and account for almost 30% of the electoral college. Texas on its own accounts for a little over 7% of the electoral college, making it one of the most sought after states in presidential elections. Even though it's sought after, Texas is historically Republican. The last time Texas voted blue was in 1976. All of the pull that Texas has now puts them at the forefront of many of the major issues in the United States. Because it borders Mexico, immigration is always a prominent topic, and its conservative leaning produces loud voices in many of the other social issues in the country. Texas also has the largest National Guard in the country with nearly 21,000 troops. Geographic size. Texas is big, but you knew that already, mostly because Texans won't ever let you forget just how big it is. But state pride aside, just how big is it? Well, Texas occupies 7% of the nation's total land and is around 268 million square miles, making it the 2nd largest state after only Alaska. With all of this land comes a ton of diversity. It's no wonder Texas has been voted the most geographically diverse state in the country. In fact, it's so diverse that Texas has been split up into 10 natural regions: the Piney Wood, the Gulf Prairies and Marshes, the Post Oak Savanna, the Blackland Prairies, the Cross Timbers, the South Texas Plains, the Edwards Plateau, the Rolling Plains, the High Plains, the Trans-Pecos. It has 15 major rivers, over 2,000 named mountains, peaks, and hills, and around 367 miles of coastline. So, it's got a little bit of everything. It also has 87 state parks and 2 national parks. Economic strength. Texas is a powerhouse. There is no question about it. And all you have to do is look at its economy. In 2022, Texas GDP was $2.355 trillion and has had the fastest growing GDP among all states for the past 4 years. But look a little deeper and you'll see why that is the case. Texas has the most Fortune 500 company headquarters with 53, and its corporation-friendly laws create a business environment that is extremely attractive. Corporation-friendly. Texas is a real friend to businesses, and here's why it's so attractive. It's actually one of the rare states that don't put taxes on the money companies make. Yep, you heard that right. No tax on corporate earnings. That's like a big welcome sign for businesses to come to set up shop. Even small business owners in Texas have a sweet deal. They can get loans of about $4,811 for each employee they have. That's the 5th highest loan amount you can find among all 50 states. Imagine having that kind of support to help your business grow. Now hold on, it gets better. Chief Executive Magazine, which knows a lot about business stuff, has given Texas the top spot as the best states for business for 18 whole years in a row. Think of it like winning the championship over and over again. Because of that, big companies are rushing to Texas too. Look at this lineup: Tesla, Oracle, CBRE, and Toyota. They're all choosing Texas as their new home. With all of these great things going for it, it's no surprise that businesses big and small are making a beeline for Texas. Texas real estate market. In 2023, Texas has overtaken California as the leading state in terms of housing market strength. The inventory of existing homes for sale has more than doubled compared to the previous year, reaching a total of 83,222. New construction has experienced a decline of approximately 6%, now standing at 248,648 since 2022. Despite this decrease, Texas boasts the highest volume of new construction in comparison to other states. This is promising news for buyers seeking newly built homes or planning a relocation, as the availability of housing options continue to grow. The median household income for 2023 is $63,826, showing a 27% decrease from these figures recorded in 2022. Nonetheless, the affordability of homes remains intact, with the median home price resting at $187,200, an 8% increase over the past year. The average mortgage interest rates have surged from 4.04% to 6.72% in 2023. It's noteworthy that mortgage interest rates have witnessed a significant upswing across the nation over the course of the last year. And if you have any real estate needs in Texas, especially in Dallas, Texas, my name is Levi Lassick and my team and I are here to help. So if you have any questions at all, whether it's buying your personal residence or investing in Dallas, Texas, feel free to give us a call or shoot us a text, send us an email, or even schedule a Zoom call. All of that information is in the description below. We'd be happy to help you make a smooth move to Dallas. And until next time, we hope to show you around town. And before you leave, make sure you check out this next video about the cheapest new construction opportunities in all of Dallas, Texas.
What if I told you that the number 5 fastest growing zip code in the entire United States was also the most affordable, and you could find homes as low as